The judgment comes following 11 human beings were annihilated in protests Tuesday, an environment in clashes in authorities, on to Tuticorin's vice-governor of police force, Arja Memory. Regional residents and activists include been showing at the factory for several months. Activists include now displaced the attention of their campaigning in answer to the forcible attitude undertaken by authorities. They are as well enterprising for the current plant to be closed. And restless tranquility down there is a full shut of all shops. Business community in the town include announced how they will stay closed indefinitely. Down there are no protests on the road since down there is an restless tranquility in the type of abuse how the police force initiated day yesterday, that leftward 10 annihilated, consisting 2 female, added J. Raman. All of them were shooting in the heads or on the trunk, and it looks love the by the government had no intent of fair dispersant the mob but in fact to frighten and hit terrorism. Next, the abuse on Tuesday, Edapati K. Palaniswamy, Tamil Nadu's head secretary, orderly an investigation in the occasion nearby the shootings but stood by the safety strength's actions. Palaniswamy given a declaration proverb how police force were enforced to get preventive measures to give the abuse by monitoring following protesters pelted commanders in stone and set flame to police force vehicles and some vehicles parked neighboring. Indignation rises down. There's been a construct up of indignation versus the business by the human beings and a really profound rooted feeling of treachery how the human beings harbor versus the by the government of Tamil Nadu and the by the government of India, that they see as supporting a individual corporate and forsaking their concern, told J. Raman. Protesters include charged the factory, belonging by London-based Mountain Gigantic Vedanta asset, of contaminating groundwater and challenging harm to the environmental. Brass manufacture is in very contaminating production. It was set up in Tamil Nadu following it was managed out of a various country, Maharashtra, since the human beings protested versus the capacity of contamination, and it was relocated to Tuticorin. Of the day it set leg in Tamil Nadu, the human beings include been deprecating versus it, but the business is really inventive and tends to evolve very nice protection in the policy parties, told J. Raman. Public responsibility on its website, Sterlite writes how it has fabric public liability in its industry cloth order of its commencement in 1996. As a business, Sterlite says it believes how industry objectives should involve common growth of communities about its nearby areas in the aim to ensure the required incentive to not just address these issues but provide public participation, admissibility and stability. Attempts to achieve Sterlite on environment were failed.